Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Of course, another video in my bedroom, but for the sake of today's video, I feel like it's perfect because I am going to be sharing with you guys how I style my hair for bed. So I get a lot of questions as to how I preserve my curls, how do I make them last all week, what do I do to sleep? I know this could be very tricky because until you nail the perfect nighttime routine, it's very hard to make your curls last because when you sleep, your hair is all bumpy, your hair is flat. I'm gonna share with you guys how I make my curls stay soft and fluffy all week long with the way I sleep with my curls. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on the alerts so you know when I post my next video, and then I'll drop my social handles so you guys can follow me on there as well, and keep on watching. So what I use for my nighttime routine, I'm gonna share with you guys right now. So what you're gonna need is some hair ties. Sometimes I use satin hair ties. I actually don't have any on me. I tend to lose them a lot and I don't know exactly why because I don't leave my house with my bonnet on, but I don't know. They're around my house somewhere, so I just tend to use whatever I have. And since I don't actually tighten them in my hair, these don't tend to be an issue. So use whatever you have. If you do have satin scrunchies, even better. But I like to use 4 hair ties. So like I said, of any type. And then you're also gonna need a satin scarf. I bought, I wanna say like 6 of these on Amazon. I'm gonna tag my Amazon store in the description box. I absolutely love these, but make sure that they're satin, and I'm gonna explain to you why you need to use satin if you wanna preserve your curls. So definitely recommend a satin scarf. I'm a bit extra, but that's fine. I mean, my curls last me all week, so whatever. So another thing that I also use is a satin bonnet. I know, crazy colors, but this is my satin bonnet. Love it. It's an extra large bonnet because I have a lot of freaking hair and I have a big head, so it's important for me to make sure that I can fit all my hair in the bonnet so it doesn't fly off my head. And then another thing that I find super important is a satin pillowcase. So I know you would think that with a satin scarf, a satin bonnet, that suffice, but for me, I also like to sleep with a satin pillowcase. So the reason why satin is perfect when it comes to curly hair is that it helps keep your curls frizz-free. So cotton is more of a tougher fiber in comparison to satin or silk. So as you sleep and you move around in your sleep, it can lead to breakage and it's just more aggressive on the hair, which will then lead into frizz. Cotton also does absorb the moisture out of your hair, which is why it's not curly girl friendly. It's not something that we always recommend as curly girls. So if you just so happen to sleep on a cotton pillowcase one night versus sleeping on a satin pillowcase one night, you will dramatically see a difference. So keep that in mind. If you do have a cotton pillowcase and that's all you have, that is 1000% okay, as long as you do have a satin bonnet or a satin scarf. So the threads in silk and satin are more tightly compact, so it allows you to freely move your hair on the fabric and it won't affect the frizz, it won't affect breakage, it'll keep your hair intact. This is not to say that satin will make your hair less frizzy. If your hair is naturally frizzy like mine, you'll still have frizz, just less frizz than if you slept with a cotton pillowcase. So since satin is less of an aggressive fabric, it's also helpful for your skin, helps with your lashes and your eyebrows. I did not know this, that apparently sleeping on cotton pillowcases and moving around can affect you losing hair on your eyebrows and your eyelashes, so something to consider. It's also really good for your skin as well because it keeps the moisture in your skin and it doesn't tug at your skin too much as a cotton pillowcase would if you were moving around in your sleep. So it's definitely less aggressive on the skin, so I also use it for that benefit alone as well. I actually try to use as much satin as possible. I try to use satin hair ties, satin what do you call these? The headbands, you know, when you wash your face, I try to use those as well. I just try to use that fabric as much as possible just because it's less aggressive and it doesn't wick away at the moisture in your hair. So when it comes to styling my hair for bed, what I like to start with is a scalp massage. So I've been using the Kaleidoscope Miracle Drops, the extra strength. The Kaleidoscope drops in general are amazing, but these are apparently extra strength, so they're supposed to make your hair grow even more. They're more intense, so I'm here for it. Kaleidoscope actually went ahead and sent me this I want to say a few months ago, right before COVID. So I haven't actually started using it till recently. I use this on my eyelashes and my eyebrows as well, and honestly, they actually do work. So I like to start off with a scalp massage, so I'll show you how I do that. So I'll take a few drops of the oil. You can use any oil of choice. Of course, I prefer to use like a hair growth oil or a stimulating oil for my scalp. Massage it around my hands and then massage my scalp. I've definitely showed you guys how I do this multiple times, I think. If not, I've definitely done it on Instagram. So I'll spend a few minutes just massaging my scalp. So this, I take it as self-care because it's very relaxing. And I typically get a lot of migraines and headaches because I'm always staring into a screen all day. I mean, I do wear blue light glasses, but I always do this. And it tends to like alleviate some tension I have on my scalp. See, I'm enjoying it a little too much. So I'll just give myself a little massage, right? I'll give it like 5-10 minutes, nothing crazy. Sometimes I'll just do it while I'm watching TV because it's easier for time to go by. If you're just sitting here staring at a clock, you're like, damn. So what I like to do is I start with my hair out, of course. So let me share a fun story with you guys. So this method I started doing after my big chop. So pre-big chop, which was around January of last year, up till then, I would just do a simple pineapple and just the same method, but I would just do one pineapple and call it a day, right? So when I got my big chop, my hair was like this short. Some of my layers were like up here. So my hair was very short. Barely could put it in a ponytail. So I used to just put it in a freaking pineapple, guys. And when I would undo my pineapple, my hair would stick up, literally up in the air. And everything I would do, nothing worked. I would shake it, I would fluff it. Like I do everything to try to make it come down and it just stuck up in the air. So I learned that I had to do something different. So I've kept this method because it still works for me. I could still currently do a pineapple now. Now that my hair is longer, I could do a pineapple and it flops perfect, but I prefer this method better. So what I like to do is, I obviously have my hair out. So I'll just take a section from the front. I'm gonna part my hair in 4, right? I'll grab one of my hair ties. You're not looping it, you're just gonna loop it once. You're not even gonna wrap it around. You're just gonna leave it there and create one section. So pretty much create a little pineapple, but a low pineapple, right? Because you're gonna want your hair to come down when you take it off. If you have it up, it's gonna be up in the air. So I like to leave it down, right? And then I do the same thing with this side. Little hair tie. Does not have to be perfect. You don't have to part it perfectly. So there's 2 in the front, and you'll do 2 in the back. When you do the back, just make sure that you lay it low. You see what I mean? You're gonna lay it low so that way it avoids shrinkage. It's kind of stretching your hair in a sense. Do you see what I'm saying? Just make sure you keep it low. Same thing for the other side. Another hair tie. So the scrunchy hair ties that I'm using, normally people would ask, does it add dents to your hair? Do you feel like it's actually doing any? No. So for me, since I don't actually loop it around, I just leave it loose. I don't feel like it actually dents my hair in any way. So if anything, if it does cause a dent, just fluff it out or add a little water and fluff it out. So, all right. So this is all set. So what I like to do next is grab my satin scarf. And I'll just go ahead and wrap each pineapple under the scarf. Okay, so it's not super tight because I get headaches, so I can't really make things too tight. So just like this, loosely tighten it. And then I throw on my bonnet. This is why I keep a bonnet, because since I keep this kind of loose, it's important to make sure that everything is covered. And I'll tuck everything under here. And just like that. So now my hair is all covered up. I have no hair in sight. And then on top of all of that, we are going to be using a satin pillowcase. So when I sleep, if I move over, if I flip around, it'll say, if everything comes off, it's fine because I do have my pillow. So, and my sheets are also satin, so if I ever end up on the other side of the bed for some reason, I'm always fine. So yeah, that's pretty much all I do. Nothing crazy. The 4 pineapple method is perfect for those of you who have shorter hair. And I've had a lot of you ask, like, what do you do when your hair's shorter? Because your hair just tends to stick up and stick out. So this method works really well for me. And if you put the hair tie low, like if you tighten it, not tighten it, but wrap the hair tie so it's like laying like this, that's exactly how your hair is gonna come out when you take it out. So it's a good option for those of you who have shorter hair. It definitely helps. So that's pretty much all I do when it comes to styling my hair for bed. So when it comes to the morning, of course, I'm asleep, I wake up, I look like this. So then I'll go ahead. I typically like to, this is the last thing I take off. So I like to do my makeup and everything before, and then I'll just do the opposite of what I just did. I'll just undo these. Right? And then sometimes my hair does lay a little flat. It's not gonna wake up looking bomb, right? Sometimes it lays down a little flat because of course you put pressure on one side more than the other. So you just carefully remove your hair ties. And you're gonna look a little bit like this, a little bit more flat, right? So what I like to do is just, here, I like to add some oil. I like to add a little bit of oil to my fingertips, or just my hands in general, because I'm gonna be all up in there. Right, so we're using an oil, and we're just fluffing out our roots. I look like the Grudge. So yeah, you just fluff out your roots and just fluff away till your curls look exactly how you want them to look. So the next day is gonna give you some more volume. I literally just had it in a bonnet for a few minutes and look at the volume I have already. This is not the same volume I started this video with. So there you go. Then you'll go about your day. So of course this is not in live time, so just take into consideration that your hair will be a little bit more flat and just fluff out your roots. This is what I do, is just fluff, fluff, and fluff away. If you guys want a video of me doing like an overnight so you guys can see how I undo my hair in the morning, I'll definitely do that for you guys. I just wanted to show you guys the method that I use when it comes to styling my hair for bed. And for those of you who don't know of another option, here's my option, and maybe this will work for you. So yeah, that is all I pretty much do for my nighttime routine. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment it down below. That just works for me. Again, some people don't use this method. The pineapple works for me as well. So what I would do if I was just solely doing a pineapple, say your hair is similar to my length, you can also just flip your hair over and use a hair tie and just put your hair up here very loosely. Don't even tighten it more than once. And same thing, use the satin scarf, bonnet, and then sleep on a satin pillowcase, and that's pretty much all I do. So typically it is a 4 pineapple method for me, but that is another option that I've also done as well. But yeah, that is all for today's video. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below. I hope this video helped, and if it did, please give this video a thumbs up. But that's all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.